So we're a family farm. We're the largest citrus producer and packer in Western Australia. Moora Citrus and Northern Valley packers currently produce about 8,500 tonnes of citrus, and we pack about 11,500 tonnes of citrus. What we're doing is we're packing our own fruit, plus we're packing for other growers as well. And we've also done the first exporting for the citrus industry in Western Australia, and we're now quite a number of years into that and starting to develop up new markets. So it's been very exciting because it's opened up new opportunities. Vietnam for us has really been a success. Until 3 years ago, they had very high tariffs in place. So as those tariffs have been coming down, we've been increasingly being able to supply more to Vietnam. So we've increased our supply levels by a factor of 3 just in the last year. Indonesia's a different story because it's a quota system that really for us is highly dependent upon what the government of Indonesia thinks that they can bring in. They like to obviously look after their local farmers, which we support as well. That's a great thing to see a government do that, but we'd like to get more opportunities in Indonesia. Everyone loves Australian product as well, so we want to be able to do more going forward. For us, the most important thing that we need to be able to do in the export market is diversify risk. From our perspective, being in one market is just simply too risky, because anything that happens in world politics has a fairly big impact on trade that can have a really massive impact on a company that's our size. Moora Citrus's growth plan is to be able to deliver to more markets in the ASEAN area. The ASEAN markets are really important for Australian companies because they enable growth. And then for us, what that means is that we can continue to deliver a great product to those markets as we go forward. We're a perfect example of what the Western Australian companies can offer ASEAN. So we have a really high quality produce, and we have the capacity to provide world-class traceability and food standards. So when you're eating a fresh food product, which citrus is, the quality of the food production system is just critical, because the quality of that food will determine the health standards of your family and health standards really then of a country. For ASEAN to be able to access high quality food that's really safe, that's been produced with really high standards, and where we can take you back to part of the orchard where the fruit came from, we think is really critical. The suppliers in those countries know what they're getting from us, the right product at the right price. It's the quality that they know that they need and the quality that they can sell. And that's what Western Australia can offer, because we have those standards, and they're not typically production standards in other parts of the world. So we have an absolute competitive advantage. Proximity of the market is also a key factor. So what Australian, or in particular Western Australia, in terms of accessing these markets can do is we can get the fruit there faster. For Western Australia to be able to access more market opportunities, what we really need is a lot of help and support to understand the markets. So when you're like a small to medium-sized enterprise, being able to understand 7 markets at once is quite challenging. For us, what we would like to see is more government-to-government cooperation, help around, in-market knowledge, information, contacts, networks, helping us to be able to deal with tariffs or quota systems that may be disadvantaging Western Australian producers. And that has to be done at a government-to-government level. That's not something that a producer in Western Australia can have much influence over. We also just really feel that it's great if this is a priority of the government. When you're a farmer, there's always something going on that's affecting your ability to either produce or get your product to market. And having a really responsive state government and then having the policy settings right at a federal level is really critical.